In a world where monsters fall in one punch, one man dared to stand tall. He didn't want to be a hero. He didn't want to be a villain. He wanted to become something beyond. And in doing so, he became the only one who ever made Saitama try. Not Boros, not Orochi, not monsters, not aliens, only Garou. And today, we are diving deep into why. Why this fight wasn't just epic, it was different. It wasn't about power, it was about meaning, growth, and the weight of loneliness. Before he became the monster everyone feared, Garou was just a kid who saw the world differently. He hated that monsters always lost in stories. He hated that society punished those who were different. In his eyes, heroes weren't noble, they were bullies. Garou rejected the system, not just physically, but philosophically. He saw the world through a monster's eye and became one. Garou wasn't born evil. He was made by a world that never gave him a chance to be anything else. That trauma shaped him into the hero hunter, a lone wolf with unmatched martial arts, adaptive evolution, and a warped dream of fairness. Unlike other villains who crumble after one punch, Garou grew from pain. Meanwhile, Saitama, the strongest being alive, was suffering in silence, not from pain, but from emptiness. He trained so hard he broke his limiter, but after that, no fight ever challenged him. He wanted to be a hero for fun, but even that became boring. He was surrounded by admiration, but inside, Saitama was just alone as Garou. At this point in the story, Saitama had faced gods, dragons, aliens, monsters, and yet no one had pushed him even an inch. He longed for a fight, a real one, but all he got were lifeless victories until Garou showed up. Garou wasn't just strong, he was determined. He wasn't trying to defeat Saitama, he was trying to understand him, to become the embodiment of what Saitama had forgotten, the drive to surpass one's limits, and that caught Saitama's attention. Their fight didn't start with explosions, it started with understanding. At first, Saitama wasn't serious, he never is. He dodged, he joked, he mocked, but Garou evolved mid-fight. He analyzed Saitama's stances, trajectory, rhythm, and struck with brutal precision. But nothing worked. Garou was strong enough to one-shot S-class heroes, but his hits did nothing to Saitama. Still, he didn't quit, and that alone made Saitama curious, intrigued, entertained. This wasn't a battle of fist, this was a battle of will. Garou began to mutate. His form grew monstrous, his movements sharper, and his attacks faster. He wasn't fighting to kill, he was fighting to understand, to become the absolute evil that could challenge the ultimate good. But this was only the beginning, because what comes next was divine. This is where the real fight begins. Just when Garou seems to reach his limit, something impossible happened. A cosmic presence, shrouded in darkness, descended. God, not metaphorical, not symbolical, a literal godlike being, watching from beyond space and time, offered Garou a piece of his power, a deal with the divine, and Garou took it. He didn't just evolve, he ascended. With this new form, Garou wasn't just imitating martial arts anymore. He was mimicking fundamental forces of the universe. Gravity knuckles, radiation bursts, neutrino punches, and worst of all, quantum level adaptation. He became the embodiment of natural law. Saitama had finally found it. The fight he'd been waiting for. For the first time in his entire journey, Saitama began to show reaction. He dodged faster, hit harder, but more importantly, he looked engaged. Garou was now matching him, blow for blow. Every punch created shockwaves that blew away mountain tops, split clouds, and warped space. He fought seriously. They clashed across Jupiter's moon, shattered planets, warped space. Garou copied Saitama's every move, but it wasn't enough because Saitama kept growing stronger as the fight went on. And then Garou did something insane. He copied Saitama. His mimicry reached the point where he could replicate Saitama's limitless growth. Garou threw a serious punch and Saitama felt it. Not dodged, not shrugged off, felt it. This was it, the moment we thought was impossible. Saitama was finally trying. Garou's cosmic copy escalated beyond limits. He tapped into gravity to bend space-time itself, slowing Saitama's movement, manipulating time, and even forcing parallel universes to collapse. And yet, Saitama kept up. Then came the final god-tier moment. Garou killed Xenos. The moment Saitama's disciple fell, something in him broke. No more games, no more holding back. Saitama unleashed his serious punch squared, a blow infused with rage, grief, and power that bent reality itself. The punch was so strong it shattered space-time. Time reversed. Through the power of that cosmic burst, Saitama's consciousness traveled back in time to a moment before Genos died. He didn't just punch harder, he punched time itself. With that, he defeated Garou before the tragedy happened. A perfect paradox, a perfect punch, and yet he didn't hate Garou. Saitama wasn't angry because Garou was evil. He was sad because Garou lost himself in trying to become what the world feared. Saitama reached out, offered his hand, and Garou, broken and defeated, realized Saitama wasn't just the strongest, he was human. No other villain, no monster, no alien warlord ever made Saitama go this far. No one else made him punch with emotion. No one else made him evolve. No one else brought out the man behind the power. That's why Garou stands alone, not just as a monster, but as the only warrior who made Saitama try. Subscribe to Silent Otaku for more anime deep dives, insane battles, and the greatest rivalries ever told.